All right, let's do it. I'm meteorologist Ben Peine here in the Extol Media Studios in New Albany, Indiana. And this has been at 10. We're going to talk long form about weather, about nature. It's kind of the background that we have here. You got the pine trees, piney, and also a little bit of weather, a little bit of nature. That's kind of what this show is all about. It's also your community show. Feel free to pop in at any time, ask a question. Have me jump to the 7-day, whatever your needs might be. We're here to help you plan ahead on this May the 14th. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day to you. At this point in the show, when we're just jumping on, if you're watching the replay, perhaps you might want to skip ahead a little bit to get to the meat and potatoes of that forecast. Right now, just making sure we're all good with the audio and video, and boom, we are all good there. And we will be checking in with your comments here very shortly. Thanks for joining the conversation, the discussion. The discussion today is very nice weather. Take a look as we peek outside at the sunshine across the area. A wonderful Wednesday morning. Very lovely across the area. There's a look at a little bit of that traffic passing by at Vincent's and Market in uptown New Albany right now. And here's another peek outside as well. Look at that beautiful blue sky as we look towards downtown Louisville with the Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera. And a lot of times, again, you can follow along with a lot of the content that we're showing you right here. As of course, a lot of it is web-based, and we're going to be looking ahead to a chance of some severe weather before the weekend. It's going to be a big heads up for Friday night, could be late night. Now, the good news here as we look through day by day, hour by hour, we're going to look through the weather models as we often do, as we always do, and that forecast here for us in southern Indiana and beyond is dry daytimes, mostly dry daytimes. Always got to put that mostly. Today, there's just like a 20% chance of an isolated shower, maybe just like a 10%, especially as we head towards evening time as a little mini warm front is going to lift into the area. But today, seasonably warm, low 80s, little bit above normal. And then tomorrow will likely be our warmest day of the year so far in the upper 80s, summer-like conditions. It'll be summer-like tonight as well with low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. That is going to be some warm, moist air, the fuel for thunderstorms. We could have a few thunderstorms tomorrow night. We'll look at that here in just a moment as a mini front kind of works into the region. And then Friday night, another little front moving into the region, giving us a better chance of some scattered storms. Now, Friday night, all the hazards are going to be on the table, including damaging wind gusts, large hail, isolated tornadoes. Right now, it's a slight risk for our area. I think that risk will be elevated from the Storm Prediction Center over the next couple of days. So I wanted to get that out there. And again, I love that we can just hit a button and head outside just like that. Look at that nice morning that we have across the area. And if you're just popping in, there's some more of that sunshine there along the Ohio River. So as always, here in the Ohio Valley, we have plenty to cover and to talk about. And as I back out of that view right there, we're going to bring up some of our sponsors, our partners, should we say, and that is Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg. They've got Tuesdays of the Tech. That was yesterday. And you can go to ivytech.edu and head to the Sellersburg landing page right there. They're going to meet you right where you are, whether you're heading into college, whether you're not even in college yet, like my daughter Hannah, again, who has got like a year head start in college thanks to Ivy Tech and the dual credit program that they offer high school students. And then maybe you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. You just want to move on to advance your knowledge, advance your career. You can do that with Ivy Tech. So head over to their spot. And Lions Roofing, go to lionsroofingco.org, lionsroofingco.com, protecting your most valuable assets. So you'll be hearing more from them in Louisville, 502-689-0338, Indiana, 812-294-3595, We got you linked up on our webpage too, extolmag.com/weather. Mr. Brad Weddington was super busy this morning. We're going to pop him in for a second. But it's every couple of weeks, we're going to bring in Weddington Custom Homes, Brad Weddington, for Wednesdays with Weddington to answer any questions around the home. He actually just helped me out, gave me some advice on how to replace the cartridge inside the handle of the shower. Had to turn the water off to the home, replace it, put it back in. Had a little goof up. Didn't have hot water yesterday. Cold shower time yesterday morning. Took the cartridge, took the handle back off, switched it to hotter, and then put the handle back on. Everybody was happy this morning. So also we've got NWSB, people you know wherever you go, friendly banking all across Southern Indiana. And so check in with them. And I just want to bring up the fact that they are still through the month of May collecting plastic bags, paper bags, tote bags, backpacks, duffel bags, lunch bags for project recovery, and doing good things there is NWSB. So thanks again to all of our partners out there. And I just also wanted to mention, if you would like to partner up as well, there's certainly an easy way to do that and just grow Southern Indiana in every way possible. Want to become an advertising partner? Contact me, Ben, at extolmagazine.com, EXTOL magazine.com, or feel free to just shoot me a hello at that email address. Jason, partner here at Jason at Extol Media, Jason at extolmag.com. We've been averaging over 2 million views per month over the last 90 days, and that is all because of you, and thank you so much. We are here only because you are here. So thanks for you too being a partner here on Ben at 10. Let's see who's popping in. Beverly Haggis always wins right off the starting gates. Good morning from Borden, Indiana, from Beverly Haggis. Thanks for tuning in here. And we have Angela Epperson. Good morning. Peace. Have a great day. I like the sun emojis. I'm paying attention to the emojis when they pop on here. We've got Dorothy McDaniel from Marengo. Thanks for tuning in here this morning. And Perry Porter, good morning from Borden. Are you playing golf? Pretty day for it. I really wish I would. Sometimes my son and I, after school, after work, we will make a little kind of makeshift par 3 course in our yard, hit it over the road, hit it over this tree, and have a little friendly father-son competition sometimes. So that's always fun. Thanks for all the good mornings, by the way. Rita Harmon, good morning to you. And Sue Shively, a good morning to you as well. Thanks for tuning in here. And it is officially a good Wednesday morning, as we've got Big Happy here giving us the sunshine out there for today. With that said, the first portion of the forecast, pretty happy. Friday night, that is when we're going to be weather aware. We're going to see a lot of energy for storms. We're going to be timing those out before the weekend. But some good news for the weekend. So kind of the one bump in the road, the fly in the ointment, so to speak, would be Friday night. And we are going to take a close look at that. So feel free to keep the comments coming. If you're popping in and popping out, maybe you're here only for 5 minutes, feel free to say, hey, Ben, give me that forecast for whenever. Pop up the 7-day. Easy to take a little detour here on our Ben at 10 show. Happy to do that at any point in time. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. Feel free to fast forward at any point in time to get to what you're looking for. All right, so we did a live look outside. I'm going to do it again. Just one button. Boom. Still got Sue Shively's comment. Good morning up there, because it is traffic turning left there, heading down Vincennes there at Market in Uptown at New Albany. We've got another one popping in. Odia, is that how you say it? Odia Woods. Good morning from Floyd County. Thanks for tuning in here this morning from Floyd County. All right, so this was when I woke up this morning, I had some fog. Did you see the fog this morning? Of course, we talked about the fog yesterday because we have foggy ingredients, moisture in the ground, pretty much no wind, a little bit of clearing here and there. created that little cloud on the ground. So that was my view this morning. And the birds did not mind the fog because they were loud and they were proud early this morning. And we had the scarlet tanager, big bright red bird, beautiful bird, vibrant colors. The eastern phoebe, I still have never seen that one. I've heard it. We had the good old chickadee that's always around. The wood thrush has one of the best calls of the woods right now. I'm starting to recognize them a little bit. Not that my daughter or my wife are impressed by this, but every once in a while I'm starting to recognize the calls of the birds in the woods. The American redstart, I don't think I've ever seen that one. Tufted titmouse, and the Carolina wren. So those on the right side of your screen, that's from the Merlin app, MERLIN. I think it's Cornell University that powers that, and you can load it up. You might have to load the birds for your region once you have the app loaded up, and then you just hit sound ID or whatever it is on it. Just click the green button, let it listen, maybe for 5 or 10 minutes, and you'll just be surprised, maybe, of what's in your backyard. Understandable there, Beverly, and once again, very sorry for that, and prayers to your family. But thanks for being with us so often here, Beverly. And speaking of those birds, let me remove that, bring up this. This is birdcast.info. We bring this up quite a bit. And it's a live look, well, not live necessarily, but an estimate. So this is the sunrise this morning, which was right around 6:30. And during the overnight is when they're moving through, estimated 400 to 500 million birds. This is peak bird migration time. Oops, 600 million there at 4 o'clock in the morning. Can we get to 700? 700, I feel like I'm an auctioneer. 700 million birds at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's the highest I think that I've seen. So it is, they recommend if you want to turn off your lights, perhaps that helps them continue and not take a little bit of a break. So there's our bird nerd report for today. Let me remove that, bring up this, and move on to that forecast here at 10:13. It seems like that has been the pace of the show here lately. If you're watching the replay this afternoon, good afternoon, or if it's tonight, good evening. A lot of times we're getting into that initial forecast around 10:10, so you might want to jump forward 10 minutes. Or enjoy the bird nerd segment and some of this other goofy stuff we do. And then around 10:20, we've been getting into the weather model data, digging in deep there to the weather nerd portion, and then recapping the forecast toward the end of the show, just to kind of give you the pace of it here. Forecast today is awesome. Nice and warm, 82, that high temperature. I've got just an isolated 20% chance, probably less than that in reality across the area of a shower that would likely be toward evening time as we get a mini warm front to lift to the north. In fact, tonight, as we get that warmer and a little bit more moist air to move in, we're only going to see low temperatures down to around upper 60s for tonight. South wind at 5 to 10, so light winds, lots of sunshine. Grab that sunscreen. Our sunset at 8:46. And we're looking at high levels. Who wants some pollen? It is free and flowing out there today, tomorrow, Friday. Tree and grass pollen across the area. My sinus is getting a little bit better. I did not have any meds yesterday or today. Still flowing a bit, but we're getting a little bit better. Less headaches, less neck pain. But it was a full-on, perhaps sinus infection. Who knows what it is? A lot of people had it going around, though. Lily and Lasley, thanks for tuning in here this morning. 70 at your house. Yeah, we'll take a look at the current conditions as well here in just one moment. And I want to bring up that page so we're ready to do that. And the play ball forecast, nice and warm. Looks like most of the ball games should be just fine with only that very small chance, 20% chance of an isolated shower. Upper 70s, low 80s this evening. And again, that south wind at around 5 to 10. Our sunset at 8:46, climbing to 9 p.m. sunsets here in a couple weeks. Already heading into mid-May. Anyone else feel like this month is flying by? Let's hope summer can slow down. That's my favorite season, and it seems to always fly by way too fast. You only get so many weekends in the summer, and we deserve more summer weekends. All right, turn the volume down while I blow my nose. Oh, that's a good one there. And let me go off the full screen while I do this and pick my nose in front of you guys. This is awesome. This is real life, people. All right, I apologize. Moving on, 67 degrees for tonight. Evening, 20% chance of a shower. Wind southeast at 5, and our sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:31. Bringing up the forecast tomorrow, full screen. Thursday, May 15th, right smack dab in the middle of May time now. 70 out the door, 82 at noon, and 88, our highest temperature so far this year. Still have not hit 90 degrees so far this year, and that is a good 10 degrees above normal for this time of the year as well. So very, very warm, summer-like conditions. The hottest we've had is 86 officially at the climate site in Louisville, and that was back the last couple of days of April. Normal high, bottom left portion of your screen is 78, normal low 58. And as we move to the 7-day forecast, we got 88 tomorrow. So notice that rain chance tomorrow. That's going to be mainly towards tomorrow night, as we have the potential for some showers and thunderstorms coming in from the northwest. It would be a low risk of severe weather for our area. Friday is the highlight for the potential of some nighttime severe storms. We're going to need to watch that. We've got plenty of fuel in the atmosphere, obviously very warm, a high of 86. And then a touch cooler for the weekend behind that front. That rain should move south of us by before sunrise Saturday. So we're looking at 80 degrees Saturday, 78 on Sunday. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, as I try to every show, is low confidence in the weather early next week. I saw kind of a significant shift in the European and the GFS weather model. It's kind of allowing a Canadian high to win out, and that gives us kind of this breeze from the north and northeast. If that pattern continues, and if we see that signal continue, that might mean some below normal temperatures as we start next week. What was interesting, I was looking at the next couple weeks data, and it was showing kind of a trough in the jet stream, and that would promote below normal temperatures. So there could be this shift in the story where the last couple weeks of May might trend a bit cooler than normal, which isn't dramatic, like we're talking maybe lower 70s instead of trying to get that first 90 of the year. Kind of a slow go into June, perhaps. Just some of the data that I'm seeing kind of a shift in. So we'll see if that eventually happens or not. Okay, my daily cicada reminder is that these guys should be popping out, these nymphs from underneath the ground. The ground temperatures, especially over the next couple of days, should be warm enough, 64 degrees to a depth of 8 inches to get these guys coming out of the ground and then coming out of their shells, becoming adults for a few weeks, having a party, mating, eating, laying eggs, dying, and then heading, and then the new the new nymphs, the babies, go back into the ground for 17 years. What a life! So eat, drink, and be merry. These cicadas when they come out, mainly counties along the Ohio River and in Kentucky. That's the light green that I've highlighted there. That is brood XIV. So we'll see if that happens. Vicky Berger running behind, but checking back in. So thanks for tuning in here. We're about to dig into the current conditions and the weather models here for you. In fact, let me go ahead and remove that, bring up this, and also, I just love to have this button. Boom. Anytime we can look at that beautiful blue sky out there. Hey, happy hump day to you, Nina Martin. Thanks for tuning in here this morning on this wonderful Wednesday morning so far. So this portion of the show is where we go to extolmag.com/weather, EXTOL mag.com/weather. You can learn more about this weather nerd right there. If you click there, there's our live show right now. And as you scroll down, there's the 7-day forecast that I posted. There's Lions Roofing, lionsroofingco.com. And the weather story I posted as well today, which is going to talk about the potential for some strong to severe storms Friday night. So it says, if you click on that, so this is kind of your weather blog. If you go there each day, at least most days. So I titled this Drier Southern Indiana Days, Stormier Nights. So we're mostly dry today through the weekend during the day, but tomorrow night and Friday night, a chance for some storms. You've got your today, your tonight. There could be a couple thunderstorms early Friday, but the Storm Prediction Center has that higher risk of severe storms for us there Friday night. There you can see some of the storms that we'll see on the weather model data here in just a moment. There's your high pollen sunsets in the 7-day forecast. So that is all put together there for you if you want to just spend a longer look at some of that information there. Loading that back up and heading down, there you can see the severe weather outlooks for today and tomorrow. We're going to take a look at that with our graphics machine here in just a moment. You can always take a look outside with the traffic cams that are all over southern Indiana. There are dozens of those. We'll just pick on 265 at Charlestown Road as we get a sip with Big Happy there this morning. I forgot to put sugar in it. That is just straight black coffee this morning, which is doing just fine. Looking there at 265 as you're heading up into the knobs. All is well and rolling along fine there at the 265 interchange. All right, so just a couple peaks outside there. Hey, should we go up north? Should we travel all the way? The Scottsburg's a weather station. So they've got a couple cameras there and then also some weather information. So that is a look at the exit there, 65 and State Road 56 there up in Scottsburg, Indiana. All right, moving along here on our weather show. Let me go ahead and reload the page as we are about to, let me see the comments. We got Sarah Humphreys. Good morning, Sarah. Thanks for watching. All right, not wanting to load up at the moment. Let's get to one of my favorite parts of the show, and that is this amazing weather technology right here. So the showers have been so far this morning up toward Madison, starting to move east of Madison. As you can see right there, if you look closely, Madison's starting to dry out. So that upper level low pressure system, thank goodness, is starting to move off to the northeast. And we'll go ahead and bring this up full screen. If you look at the motion, it's kind of broadening and weakening, but there's still this overall counterclockwise flow. And there's this kind of last batch with that. And so we're going to say goodbye, good riddance to this upper level low that has given us some occasional showers and thunderstorms over the last couple of days. Now, there's a little bit of an arc down here. This is that warm summer-like air that's going to be heading our way. As that moves our direction towards sunset, it might spark an isolated shower, but most of our area should be staying dry. As we expand out our view, there is an area of low pressure up this way. And what it's been doing is slinging these kind of little mini fronts. And we're going to have one of these mini fronts tomorrow night and Friday night. And that is what's going to give us the kick, kind of the ramp, to pop up some scattered showers and thunderstorms across our area. And some of those could be on the severe side. So that's what we're going to focus on here. That's going to be the meat of this forecast, is focusing on that severe weather threat for us. for Friday night. All right, there's just the big broad view there. Let's go back home here. We'll get out a full screen. And we are going to look ahead at the data. So let me pull up the future radar here for you guys. And we're going to put this to now. Let's see how the NAM 3 kilometer is handling things. And it has those showers up to the northeast. It's doing just fine. As we head to later into the day, showing dry conditions across the area. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. That's at 2 p.m. Here's at 3 o'clock. Here's at 4 o'clock. So, yeah, notice if you look real close, there's these little tiny guys here. Little tiny guys. So this would maybe be like a 10% chance of an isolated shower. So not a big deal today. It's going to be, most of us, just nice and warm and pleasant across the area. This is getting into a 7 p.m. time frame. And this is around 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. So now we're right around sunset. It's kind of hard to see this, but there's just a little bit of an arc right here. This is what I would call just kind of a mini warm front. And it might be enough to kick up an isolated shower, especially towards sunset. Not a big deal for today. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be all about, I'm going to jump to tomorrow afternoon, let's say 4 o'clock, and we're going to bring up the temperature. And it's going to be heating up across the area. So this shows a lot of 80s around the region. Let me try to bring up, maybe it is the NAM. No, all right, GFS, hot apparent temperature. This is what I want. So tomorrow is the 15th of May. And I'm going to go to tomorrow afternoon. I know I'm doing a lot of clicking here. All right, so this is what we're talking about. The potential for near 90 degrees. So there, I'll put that up full screen. You can feast your eyes on summer-like conditions right there. Marceline Wilson, good morning. Thanks for tuning in here on this Wednesday, May the 14th. You're looking at a map of May the 15th. Those temperatures are soaring for tomorrow, and that would be the warmest so far this year, as we have hit 86 a couple times. Now, with that said, you got warm air, you got a little more humidity, and what about the convective available potential energy? The energy for storms. Look at all that energy for storms. And then there's that front out to the west. So there's this front, as we do a little bit of analysis out west. This is 5 p.m. tomorrow. If you want to Google CAPE, C-A-P-E, convective available potential energy, and look at numbers like that, those are very high numbers. That is a ton of fuel for storms. So when might we get those storms? Let me clear out a bunch of the drawings here. We're going to pop in the reflectivity, which is your future radar view. This is 5 p.m. tomorrow. So it does look like the daytime is dry tomorrow, at least mostly dry across the area. That front is out to the west. So this is your Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m. Let's look ahead to 8 p.m., 9 p.m. This is actually stopped at 11 p.m. Starting to see a chance for some showers and thunderstorms across the area. I'm thinking right now, low risk of severe weather, but we could have some showers and thunderstorms that continue through the overnight. This is around 8 o'clock Friday morning now on the 16th. So Kentucky might have a lingering shower storm Friday morning, but we are going to recharge that atmosphere. Let me clear that out. We're going to bring up the Storm Prediction Center. Their job is to look at where severe weather might happen across the United States. And so day two severe weather risk, this is for tomorrow, is a slight risk from the Ohio River north, basically. And then that more elevated risk of severe storms tomorrow is up around Michigan and Wisconsin. I think the risk for us is going to be low, and that would be tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. So we might have some thunderstorms moving through there. But a lot of the day is going to be dry, upper 80s in the forecast for tomorrow. Now let's go to day 3. This will be your Friday, and I think this is actually going to be Friday night. And I think this will be elevated to a higher level. Right now, this is level 2, which is a slight risk of severe storms for our Friday night. I think that will probably become an enhanced risk, a level 3 out of 5 for our area for Friday night, as we have just a bunch of energy for storms. Let me turn that off, bring back the model data, and we're going to look at the CAPE again, the energy, and this is going to be on the 16th. This is our Friday. This is 11 a.m. and then this is jumping ahead to 5 p.m. Notice an explosive atmosphere across the area. So again, over 3,000 joules per kilogram. That is high octane fuel for thunderstorms. Loaded up. That means if we get the thunderstorms, they could be packing a punch with maybe some large hail, damaging wind, isolated tornadoes Friday night. That's at 11 p.m. Friday night. Notice after sunset, you lose the daytime heating. You do lose some energy for storms, and that is what we hope for. Perhaps the storms that are booming out to the west Friday evening, a little bit of a weakening trend as they approach. Either way, got to watch this closely as this front kicks up that warm, moist, unstable air out ahead of it and gives us that chance for thunderstorms. That is my lightning strike and raindrop drawing right there. Friday night, folks, heads up, extra weather aware. We'll be ready for it. We'll be talking you through it over the next couple of days. Just want to give you that extra heads up. The good news with this is that it looks like that front will move south by before sunrise Saturday, leaving us hopefully dry for the weekend. Right now, the models are dry for this weekend. And again, I mentioned low confidence early next week in the forecast. The models have made a shift towards a cooler weather pattern as a Canadian high wins the battle, meaning a northeast breeze, possibly dropping us down to some lower 70s. And maybe kind of a next couple weeks leaning towards cooler than normal temperatures. That's after 10 degrees above normal tomorrow and Friday, feeling summer-like. Let me clear the weather model data here as we get back to this and bring up the Climate Prediction Center. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook. That's precipitation. That's above normal. This is a look at the temperature. So we're right on the line of normal. That's kind of averaging out next couple of days and then into early next week. Pretty near normal temperatures. And then the 8 to 14 day outlook. There you go. So as I bring this up full screen, this would be your Ben on a Limb segment of the program as we're looking down the road here. And the jet stream looks like it'll take this formation. The jet stream is the river of air that is up around 30,000 feet, which guides storm systems basically as a separator of warm air south of the jet stream and colder air north of the jet stream. And if we have this set up for the last couple of weeks of May, this would promote below normal temperatures. And that is kind of the shift in the data that we're seeing. That blue indicates above average temperatures, above average chances of below normal temperatures. Hopefully that makes sense. So that is your long range weather model outlook. All right. And with that, there could be, when you're in this northwest flow and the jet stream is overhead, little disturbances giving us some occasional rain chances as well. So I would say that this month is going to remain fairly unsettled with plenty of rain chances. We are not going to be in a drought anytime soon. Hopefully farmers can get in the fields. The fields will dry out, have enough time to do that, but we're going to have these periods of rain possibly every couple days, and then also trending towards a cooler than normal weather pattern. There's Gingy. Hi, Ginger. Good morning. Can you guys hear Ginger? Do you guys want to see Ginger? Do you want to come up here? Are you feeling frisky? Are you feeling nice? Well, come here. Well, come here. You want to come up here? Are you not? No? Yes or no? Ginger, are you going to smack me? Here's Ginger, guys. Good morning. Gingy greets me every morning. She might be a little bit nervous, so I'm going to let her down. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. You can talk with us, Ginger. We've got a comment here from Vicky. I've been keeping my eye on South Bend. Justin's working in Notre Dame. Yeah, so some strong storms tomorrow evening up that direction, as we saw that risk of severe storms up that way. Boom, there's a live look outside, looking beautiful out there as we look live here in uptown New Albany at that beautiful blue sky. What a great start to the day. And Ginger getting a good morning from Vicky. Always nice. Ginger's down here by my feet right now. She didn't really want to get picked up, but now she's down here visiting. Good morning, Gingy. How are you doing? All right. Where should we go from here? We've got all the weather models done. We need to do a recap of the forecast. We've given you the heads up for Friday nights for the potential of severe weather. So I'm going to remove this, add this, boom, and we can back this up to the forecast. That right there. So today, looking great, 82 degrees, just a few degrees above normal for this time of the year. And I'm only going to give it like an isolated 10 to 20% chance of an isolated shower. You would be unlucky to get that rain today. There's kind of a mini warm front that'll lift to the north toward evening time to maybe give us that shower chance. No biggie though. Most of today is going to be really nice. So Janet asking, good question, what time Friday night for the storms? And I'm going to have to be very vague on that because the weather models, we're not into the high resolution weather model data yet. And so it's going to take time. Even probably Friday morning, we'll still be trying to fine tune that. So right now, I would just have a heads up for after sunset through the late night hours. We are going to fine tune that as we get closer. But right now, still a little bit muddy, just Friday night at the moment. But tomorrow, we'll likely get into the high resolution weather model data. We'll get a better look at that. We'll start to see like more high resolution future radar. And if those start to line up really good, then we can shorten that window with that severe weather potential. But just all of us do need to be aware and have that plan ready to go in case there are warnings Friday night. This looks like our best chance for severe weather that we've had in quite some time. So just a heads up for that. But good question there. We'll get better with the timing as we get closer. Sherry Coyne, thanks for tuning in here. Good morning to you on this wonderful Wednesday morning. All right, back to the forecast. Who wants pollen? Here you go. It is high across the area, tree and grass. With these warm days, dry daytimes, we are going to be spreading that pollen, and the breezes are going to be up as well, spreading that pollen. Today, a light wind south at 5 to 10. Tomorrow, we'll probably have some gusts up around 20. And then Friday, we could have some gusts around 20 to 30 miles per hour. Play ball forecast. Again, super slight chance of an isolated brief shower, small shower, but mostly dry for the ball games. We'll be up in Austin, Indiana for baseball tonight. There's your sunset times. And you can find all this information as well at extolmag.com/weather, extolmag.com/weather if you want to ever play along with that. And then the forecast here for tomorrow, looking at 70 degrees starting off. So a summer-like start to the day to a summer-like day. Bets are on that this will be our warmest day of the year so far, looking at a high of 88 degrees. Downtown areas like downtown Louisville might hit 90 degrees for the first time. But there is a lot of moisture in the ground. That'll be evaporating. That can limit the heat up. But going upper 80s, bit of humidity out there as well. And got to, excuse me while I blow my nose. That was a good one, guys. And I apologize for the lack of decorum here on Bennett 10. Wow, the sinuses are wreaking havoc. All right. And a little cough for you, too. Bonus. Okay. Just if you're watching the replay, just fast forward through that. All right. 88 tomorrow. Excuse me. We're back. 88 degrees tomorrow. That storm chance evening, nighttime Thursday. Low severe weather threat there. Higher severe weather threat Friday night, mainly dry during the daytime Friday, 86. Cool front moves south, but really nice for the weekend. Looking at upper 70s to around 80 degrees. So far dry Saturday and Sunday. And right now, a trend toward some cooler temperatures as we head into next week. So I enjoy that challenge because the weather models have made that shift. Temperatures might start shifting downward. We'll see that trend. We're going to be watching that day by day. But first, we're going to, over the next couple of days, pay way more attention to Friday night, that severe weather threat. That's where most of our time is going to be allocated to. And then, of course, we'll continue to look at the long range, which looks below normal for starting next week, maybe the last couple weeks of May. Vicki, I will take it. Bless you. Thank you very much. We're going to get this crud out of here. I'm not feeling bad. It's just, and I haven't been on meds the last couple of days, trying to let the body take over and do its job. And as we begin to wrap up the show, I want to say thank you to our partners, Ivy Tech Community College, Sellersburg. Registration now for summer, which those summer sessions begin, I believe, June 6th. They have Tuesdays at the Tech. You can get one-on-one. They'll help you out and build your new relationship with Ivy Tech, get you registered, figure out how to pay for college as well. So check them out. They are awesome there in Sellersburg. Beautiful campus there right at 65 and exit 9 right there, Sellersburg. LionsRoofingCo.com. Check them out. They've got, you put in your information, free estimates right there on their website. Big happy, coming in strong with no cream and no sugar. All right. Brad Weddington is going to be back next Wednesday. If you have any questions for Brad, leave them in the comments. It can literally be anything surrounding or inside your home. He helped me with some information as I was going to be my own plumber. I didn't know if I should take on that project. I had to take off that handle and on the shower, and there's a valve in there. I had to shut off the water, unscrew it, take it out, hopefully not damage it, match up that new cartridge. It was a Delta. And then I went to Lowe's, went to PC Lumber Hardware in Sellersburg, got the new one, put it in, didn't do it right 100%. My wife told me the shower was cold yesterday morning, so I took one of those, I took a cold shower yesterday morning, which if you want to wake up, that's the way to do it. But then yesterday, took the handle back off, had to switch to hotter, the cartridge, shifted it, put it back in. Hallelujah, hot water. But thank you to Brad for helping me out. That's an example, a small example around the home that, or he might be able to help you out with. And in WSB, people you know wherever you go. And they've got the pitch-in project here. Plastic bags, paper bags, tote bags, backpacks, duffel bags, lunch bags, any of the bags around your home. You can see them pictured to the right. You can bring them by any NWSB branch and help out project recovery. So thank you to NWSB for what they are doing and helping out with around the community. Well, just last few comments here, and I can go boom, look outside. I'm going to start to annoy people by doing that, but I just like to look out there. Beautiful blue sky, a little bit of like that low level moisture being evaporated and producing some of those cumulus clouds. So there you go. There's a live look. Beverly saying, get some local honey. I do need to get some local honey and start using it on maybe some oats in the morning, some oatmeal in the morning. And Jeanette Pierce, feel better soon. Thank you very much. Thanks for the well wishes. And Steve Gibbons, forecast looks like our garden might dry out enough to till and plant Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, and we got, and maybe tomorrow too, but then we got rain possibly Thursday night, and then Friday night is nearly 100% chance of rain. So yeah, by early next week, hopefully things will be improving for your gardening and get the green thumb busy out there. And Vicki Berger, have a beautiful day. You as well. Thank you, Vicki. And Beverly says, Wright Brothers have it. Yeah, Wright Brothers there, right by Downob Road on Highway 60. I go in there on occasion for a lot of different stuff. And remember too, this is your show, 100%. If you've got, if we get closer to the weekend, you're thinking about an activity, an event that might be happening in your neighborhood, your suburb, your county, your region, feel free to pop it in. Let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods, and we'll pop up your comment and let people know about that. Love to know what's happening across the area, and spread the word. And as Extol means, E-X-T-O-L, celebration, highly praised, Southern Indiana and beyond. So that's our job here, to make this place a better place, and also promote each other, and let everybody know what's going on. And hopefully this is some valuable content to you, to help you plan for your day. With all that said, remember, you can partner up. If you want to become an advertising partner, contact me, Ben, at extolmagazine.com. Or, again, if you just have an event going on, let me know about it. We can make a forecast for it. Ben at extolmagazine.com. Jason at extolmag.com. He can pass it along to me, vice versa. We've been averaging over 2 million views for the last 90 days per month. So thank you so much for your support. We are here because you're here. And again, vice versa. Thank you so much for your support. One more push of the button, looking at the beautiful conditions out there, and we'll wrap things up if that's the last of the comments coming in. Again, if you're going to be watching later today, the replay this afternoon or this evening, feel free to drop in that comment. Thanks for the like or the follow at my Meteorologist Ben Peine page. And you heard it right. We're still getting some comments about that right there. Peine, it's German in origin. I think there's actually a big city in Germany that is Peine, that was started in the year 1200. So that is my real last name. So that's where you'll find me, Meteorologist Ben Peine on Facebook. Extol weather, we'll get the replays there, some more weather information from time to time. If we get severe weather, on occasion we might pop in and go live from do an Extol Extra from Extol Weather, so stay tuned there. Like and follow Extol Media on YouTube. Search us there, subscribe, and you can get my morning reels, updates there, and also our live show here, extolmag.com/weather. There's all the different ways to check in. All right, thank you guys so much for watching here. Enjoy the weather out there today. We'll talk more about that severe weather threat over the next couple of days for Friday night especially, so stay tuned to that. We'll see you tomorrow morning.